Children will go from toddlers to becoming elementary kids and then becoming teens, and then all of a sudden they're out of the house and you're empty nesters. So I think it's a constant coming together and sort of with the evolving, adjusting again.
Please subscribe and turn on your notifications to stay tuned to the latest updates at the Powder Room Talk.
We together we make that glutinous rice, so it's like a culture.
Yeah, it is.
A family culture that you're doing that.
What about you, Dewi?
Well, my kids are grown, but we did practically a lot of the same thing that you do with Daniel. We went on date nights and we had our special culture and traditions that we did with the kids. Like Sundays we would eat outside, and try different restaurants. So we wanted to introduce our kids to the different cuisines. But Saturdays we're always, because I'm very much a nature person, so we're always out in the garden. We could be in the pool the whole day with the kids and just, and just, okay, let's get out from the pool just to eat and then back again, So my kids always came home with dirty hands and, inside the house because they were just, I love for them to be out in nature. So, but now that they're grown, it's very different. It's what we do now. We still eat out together. We try new restaurants and we love having wine together. So it's more dining and wining with the adult kids now, which is awesome. And then with my husband, I think what we used to do on top of what the date nights, we would sometimes take time to just travel for a few days, just the two of us. The great thing is that I had my parents here, and both our parents here, so we could always leave our kids with our parents for a few days, and they're very close, so it was okay for us to take some time away and just be 2-3 days alone with each other, or over a weekend and just have that romantic weekend. That is something you have to sort of, like Viola said, you have to create it, you have to be intentional about it, Viola? Yeah. It's something you create
intentional.
For... intentional.
And even, you can even be intentional what you're going to talk about on those date nights. Sometimes we would have certain questions that we would want to talk through that are actually for relationship building. And you can find those things online on like questions that you ask your husband to get to know each other better. Because honestly, you can lose the touch with your husband if you don't ask questions or if you don't ask things that you maybe don't know about them really. The more you know about each other, I think the more your love can grow. And if we don't deliberately spend time together and ask questions and are actually interested in each other, then this can just drift apart, and at some point you don't know each other anymore, right?
We keep evolving, especially if you're both driven people and you always want to be better. Just as friends could drift apart, all the more, I guess, it makes a lot of sense that you need to have those constant, consistency in that relationship building, because
be intentional.
And be intentional, because you'll be growing, he'll be growing, you'll be learning different things, and I guess there's always something new. What I notice is when I take on something new or I try something new, it produces kind of a new side of me that I didn't know I had the capacity for, or that I would feel this way, and I wouldn't even realize that I actually gone through that process until I actually spend time with friends or that are close with me or family, and we actually talk about it and share about it, and they're like, oh wow, actually this new activity did that to me. It improved me, it changed me. For sometimes it actually, while certain things might have a negative impact, right? And that's also the time where we could actually share about those. I loved how you started when you read the intro to your book, that roller coaster in life, right?
Speaking about the book, do you think we could see a few pages of it? Right now it's still in ebook shape, right?
Yes, it's in ebook shape.
Maybe our audience hasn't actually understood that yet. We haven't really mentioned it. So right now it's still an ebook.
Yes.
So you can actually, you can order it online, and it will be an ebook format. But in the future, you're planning to also
print it out.
I'm excited about it. So there's still some finishing touches.
You don't have to wait for it. It's really great. So
we just want to take a peek.
Sure.
The design, the beautiful one.
Because you were using the word evolve, right, JJ? And I think that's what we have to keep in mind, because our family will evolve. You know, children will go from toddlers to becoming elementary kids, and then becoming teens, and then all of a sudden they're out of the house and you're empty nesters. So I think it's a constant coming together and sort of with the evolving, adjusting again, you know, and that's not easy. And I think that's where sometimes the roller coaster rides, because, you know, and then there's circumstances, but you grow and you evolve, and that's a beautiful thing. So I think we shouldn't be afraid if there are rocky moments in a family, right, Viola, because you never know the beauty that comes out of it. It's just coming together, discussing it, like you said, taking time out, and then as a family, just evolving into this new change that's happening, you know. And I think growth is beautiful. It's something absolutely beautiful.
I can really see that it resonates in your life, because you resonate that love that you spoke about, that you want to translate in your family. And I really respect the inner work and the journey that you've actually gone through, and I look forward to be invited to view your beautiful home. I'm so curious.
Please come. We have to plan, and I'm coming to your house.
We can bring cheese.
And wine.
And wine.
Okay, so I can show you a little bit.
So how long was the process of you? 2 years.
About 2 years. Can you see, JJ?
Yes, I can.
So actually it starts here. So yeah, so that's why it's called Journey of the Home, and then you kind of go. So it's still in process.
Wow.
And so I love libraries.
Yeah,
I love
my
books.
dream. One of my dreams is to have
So
library.
it's the signature of my interior. Like every project I do now at this stage as a consultant is always, there needs to be a library incorporated, whether it's small or so this book is dedicated to my children, my husband, and so that's my husband and me and friend.
So chic.
So there's actually
So
two parts.
cool.
Yeah, there's two parts. There's my personal journey, and then there's the journey through the home. So and then let me just. So this is the introduction. And that's the.
Oh wow.
So you see the European and the Asian, right? The combination. This represents journey. Like it's like a river, it's flowing, right? So then I talk about how I have, come from the German background, but also, and then what I love in interiors. This is, I love the nature.
This is the view from your balcony, is it?
Yeah, I'm an outdoors girl, so
The Chinese calligraphy.
I love, actually this calligraphy is beautiful because it talks about peace and harmony, And so
everything has a meaning in a way, is it?
Yeah. Everything has a meaning, Even this that's our dog. That's my son's dog. So
did you purposely curate all this? You look through it, finding one by one to fill in your house?
I think it was a process of I think we had the basics when we, but then every time you kind of add it's awesome.
You add an element from your journey, from your trip, or you evolve somehow, you acquire new things.
So because I think every item, because when we travel, I love to buy something, and then when I put it in our home, it reminds me of, that was when we traveled as a family there, and you have the memory, right? So so that, and then so I have a lot of tips, quotes as well. So that's the story of how I started the business, right? I talk about that and how it evolved. And it has that signature of love. If you look at the book, it's everywhere.
So Dewi, how can people buy this book right now?
So once it's ready to be printed, I think you can follow, I'm relaunching the Insta page.
It's
Ruma.
It's Ruma _living by Dewi Joesoef.
Ruma with RUMA _ living, right? So you can follow that on Instagram. And then, so you will probably update on how to, once it's ready to buy the ebook, and then once it's ready to buy the actual
Printed one.
sofa table book. So just follow her, and I guess on your Insta page you're also going to have some sneak peeks into the book, right? And the values behind
not
it.
too much, so you get excited about the actual book. This is a project I did, an apartment.
This is what we were talking in balancing the family and work, make family your priority.
Yes. So I have those tips and
how to manage that.
We also do outdoor furniture, so that's a bar we did. Yeah, it's still not 100%, but you see here, that's the European again with the Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
So beautiful.
Thank you for letting us have a peek.
There's still a lot more,
Yes,
so.
I look forward to buying your book.
Yes, me too.
Yay, I can't wait. Tell your friends, yeah.
Yes.
And I think it's not only about the pictures and the design, it's really about the story.
Yeah,
And the inspiration that you are trying to tell people as well, the story of your life.
Yeah.
On how you've gone through the roller coaster you mentioned, becoming a woman like you at this moment in life.
Yeah.
Which is, I think that is most powerful story.
Yes.
How to create love at your home, right?
Yeah, I also can't wait to read it. I
Yeah.
don't just want to see the pictures, but I also want to see the pictures.
Because I also want to see the beautiful things. I'm thinking, oh, maybe we can buy this. So we can put this in our home. But it was really, really good. I think it's really inspiring.
Thank you, Regina.
Yeah, and this talk really inspired me as well to now when I go home to really work on the relationship with my husband.
Yeah, because
and put
I
all the
think-
effort in because I think I can spend money on the interior design, and that's something that we could probably do, and it's nice. But if I really want to have a good home for my family and for the people who come, I really have to work on my relationships and. Yeah, it just reminded me to focus on that again and keep working on this, because relationships are always evolving, as we said, right? And there's not a point that you've reached where you're like, oh, I've done enough work on this. I can stop now. Only with the interior design in the house you could do, like you're done with the project, but building relationships and building a home is a never-ending project, and it's worth so much more than any furniture that you could ever buy, right?
Yeah,
and so.
that's true.
Yeah, thank you for that talk. It was really inspiring.
Thank you for
Dewi.
having me.
It's our pleasure having you.
Yes.
And thank you so much. I want to raise
Cheers.
a
Yeah.
toast to love, life, and
Love,
love.
yes.
And
Love
success
and
for
live
you in your
life.
book.
Success
Thank
for
you
you.
so much. Thank
Yes,
you, Viola.
yes.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
And thank you for this beautiful spread again.
Yeah,
It shows so much love.
Yeah.
it tastes like a lot of love.
To our audience, once again, as always, we send you a lot of love and light. And today we spoke so much about what are actually the important elements that go inside a home. And we really hope that we've triggered some thoughts within you, and that you would, carry these conversations and these precious tidbits that we've shared today into your home, and wishing you all be able to create that home that you desire. Until next time, thank you for being with us at the Powder Room.
Yes, and please don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll always be updated about our latest talks. And please leave the comments below and maybe share stories that you have or thoughts that you have while you were watching this talk show. And you can also follow us on our Instagram, which is @thepowderroomtalk, and also the same on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining in today.
So see you next time.
See you next time.
Stay tuned with us. Bye-bye.
Bye.